Let's bring him in, Hakeem Olajuwon. How are you, buddy?
I'm fine. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Hakeem, what impresses you the most about this Cougar basketball team?
Oh, a lot of things. First of all, the determination, the belief that they can win. So I like the the team uh, chemistry. You can tell that they're well coached, which says a lot about Coach Simpson of his philosophy, how he demands from each player to give it his best every time. Each player on the floor give it 110%. They're going after every loose ball. They're going after every rebound, a lot of offensive rebound, and they play with high confidence, which is very, very important in this kind of environment.
When I spoke with you after the game the other night, that was the most excited I have heard you since probably that second Rockets championship, Hakeem. You were excited.
Well, I mean, you have to be excited just to see, Houston being represented in that level, especially the University of Houston. And I was so surprised when I heard it's been 37 years that we've been last present in the Final Four. Just to see this group of guys, not just this year before, even when they lost 2 years ago, it was very disappointing because I know that team, they have potential to win it all. But this team that we have today, they play with so much confidence and they give it all and they believe they can win it all. And that's what's important.
I talked with you, Ricky Winslow, Reed Geddes, Michael Young. All you guys say the same thing. You love this year's Cougar team because they have that grit. They go for every loose ball. They have the heart, correct?
Exactly. The will and the determination, and the excitement, how they share each other from the bench. And when the game got so close, they did not panic. They responded. And that shows a lot of character. Because in that situation, players get panicked. They start fighting within each other. They kept their composure and executed, and bring the game under control and won the game. I mean, so they've shown a lot of character and a winning spirit for this team.
Does it take you back to the last Final Four that you appeared in 1984? Do you think back on that time?
Yeah, I mean, when the Sweet 16, and I thought the next week Final Four, they said no, that'll be Elite Eight. I said, wow. So it takes that many steps to get there. That just shows you how difficult, to get to that level. When you look at all the universities that have been knocked out, and to see that you have opportunity to win it all, be in the Final Four, And this team is not just happy to be in the Final Four. They believe they're the champion. They can win. And that's what's so exciting about this team. They're playing like a champion. They're playing like they know how to win. They can win. And you can see the confidence level from the jump ball that we're here to work and they want to outwork you. And when you see a team like that, you cannot help but to support them and get excited for their spirit.
That's the way you played, Hakeem. That's the way Guy Lewis and everyone played back in the Phi Slamma Jamma days. That's how you and your teammates played.
Well, it's been 37 years, so I don't remember. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's the demand when you play, it's like these players, they're playing for the coach because the coach set the standard. You know what his coach expects of you, and you play not to disappoint the coach. He trusted you enough to put you on the floor, and you have to prove that you earned that playing time. and not to just the coach, and your teammates. So everybody know once you're on the floor, you give it 110%. They support each other. Quick side help, boxing out, diving on the floor. I mean, they're doing all the right things.
Do you think you would have had fun playing for Coach Kelvin Sampson?
Of course. I mean, any coach that can motivate you to give your best, you always enjoy. If you have the work ethics, and that's what is the difference between this team. Those players on this team, they have the work ethics, because it was not easy to fight big guys of the boxing out and pushing and diving on the floor, even when you're tired and you're going after a loose ball, knowing that desperation that we want that ball. I mean, that shows a lot of guts that they want to win.
How about Baylor? The Baylor Bears. Can the Cougs beat the Baylor Bears?
Of course. When you look at when you come to this set of
what's that?
When you come to these tournaments, every team that in the Final Four are basically equal. They have equal chance to win. And I think Baylor, when I watched them play for the first time day before yesterday, I see that we have an advantage of the size and hustle. They play the same style of basketball. I think this would be a very good matchup. But the key is we have guys that can work, and they're willing to do that, and they believe they can win.
What advice would you give them before going into battle on Saturday?
But just to continue the same spirit you've been playing. It doesn't really matter who you're playing. When you step on the court, we are the champ. You have to believe it to be that way. And I'm sure the coach have programmed these guys to believe that, because they really believe that. If they didn't think they were lucky to get in the Final Four, they felt like we believe we're supposed to be in the Final Four. We're supposed to win it all. We have the best team out there. I mean, that kind of confidence, says a lot.
Yeah, for sure. And the one thing about Kelvin Sampson, you've talked with Kelvin before, right?
Yes, he was with the Rockets as his assistant before.
Yeah, right. So the one thing about Kelvin is he pays tribute to you guys, Phi Slamma Jam, and talks about the past. But he said, as we pay tribute to them, these young men are their own men. They're making their own legacy.
Yes, of course.
Which is true, right?
That's the way it should be. This is their path, and they can set the history. They can push it to another level by winning it all. We didn't win it all. They can do that. And so that's a fantastic goal to finish what have not been finished for 37 years. They can finish it for us. That would be fantastic, because they have their own opportunity and it's an opportunity for each player that this is their time, and they can truly capitalize on that to make history.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Make their own history. They will make history. When you sit back, you are the greatest Houston Cougar of all time. You are the greatest Houston Rocket of all time.
I don't know about that. That's huge.
You are.
Yeah.
What do you ever think? Wait a minute. Hakeem, you're always so humble. That's one of the reasons I've always loved you. You know that. But when you stop and think about that, what do you think?
I don't think I look at it from the perspective of a team. I've been very fortunate to play with the great players. When you talk about Phi Slamma Jam, I look at Clyde, Michael Young, Mishaw. I look at all of our team and what each player brings to the table to make it happen. So it's just, I never look at it from individual that, I was the greatest player for Houston, because I look at Elvin Hayes, what he accomplished in Houston, you know, the big game against Luasendo in Amsterdam, historic game. So we came in and made our own history at the University of Houston, Vice Lamajama. That was an era. And these guys today are making their own history, you know. So it's humbling to think that, oh, I was the greatest player in the university history. That's a big statement, you know. Or Houston Rockets, you know, because look at the Houston Rockets, for example. There have been a lot of great players, you know. And we look at Moses Malone, which when I was in college, he was the main guy. I can never picture myself saying, no, now I was better than Moses Malone in that sense. It's always without respect as a mentor. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, he was a great mentor too, wasn't he?
Yes.
Hakeem, thank you so much, buddy. I know you're going to be, will you be in Indianapolis?
I'm not sure. I'm planning to.
Okay.
All
Hopefully
right.
I'll see you in Indianapolis. Hakeem Olajuwon, the greatest. Thank you so much for your time, Hakeem.
Thanks, man. You're the greatest, man. Thanks. Thanks, man.